How could this order be improved? By it going in the bin.
Hi, I'm Godfrey, and today we're trying each other's Chinese takeaway orders.
With Chinese takeaway, I think it's really popular here because it's just so filling and so comforting. It's like one of those things on a Friday night where you're like, ooh, I'd really fancy Chinese right now, watching some great TV.
To be honest, I'm a really basic person when it comes to takeaway orders.
I think I've tried a decent amount, so I don't think anything's gonna shock me today.
I'm hungry and I want to eat, please, give me the food.
My usual order is spring rolls, gotta do those spring rolls, salt and pepper wings. I usually get a hot and sour soup because you want to get those juices flowing, and special fried rice because you get a mix of everything. I think some people might show off today and try and get the special stuff in. Yeah, that's fair to you, but this is my everyday order.
This is definitely way better presented, I'm sure, than my dish would be. Already, soup. Chinese soups always hit the spot.
Soup. And Chinese takeaway? Really?
The only soup I like is Heinz, tomato soup.
I'm curious about this rice. I don't know what's in it, but I love what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a little shrimpy shrimp. We've got some little wings.
They just look horrible. Why? They just look horrible.
On the bone as well, bonus points, because meat on the bone always is 10 times better, always. Spring rolls, come on, spring rolls are amazing, especially the veggie ones.
I do not think I'm gonna like this order.
Right, I'm gonna start with the soup. Oh, it's got chicken in it as well. And veg, let me try it. It's got a bit of gravy taste to it, but with onion and chicken mixed in.
Oh, it's really thick. I was expecting it to be really thin.
Oh, hello. We've got some shrimpy shrimps here as well. And there's even meat as well. Maybe it might be too full on.
Let's try the rice.
I'm gonna dip some of this rice into the soup because I feel like it will need a bit of some of the juiciness to it. Oh, that hits the spot. That's really, really good.
Anything on the bone to me just makes me feel instantly sick, but we're gonna try. My hands are all
Oh, they're crispy. Top tier. I should be ordering wings, basically.
I need some sort of sauce. But let me try and dip it in the soup.
Veggie spring roll. Take a good bite.
And maybe some sweet chili sauce to dip the spring rolls in. That's what I think it needs.
I'm gonna dip. No.
I think this person put this order together because they like to eat things individually. So they start off with the soup, and then they move on to the spring rolls, then they move on to the rice, and then they finish off with the chicken wings. That's how I see this person enjoying this meal.
Someone who just wants a variety. Someone who's you know what, need a bit of tapas vibes going on. This is it. Absolutely bloody fantastic. I'm sold.
How could this order be improved? By it going in the bin.
I'd give this plate a 5 out of 10. It's not amazing, nor is it that really bad. It's just somewhere in between. Nice things by themselves, but altogether, not for me.
I'd give it an 8.5. I think it's a really solid meal. I think it just needs some sauces, some nice spice, just a bit of element to give it that top tier mentality, but I rate it.
I feel I can't give it a 0 because that's mean. I'll give it a 1.5 because I mind the boldness of getting soup for a Chinese. I find that really strange. So my Chinese takeaway order is duck pancakes, some kind of garlic, ginger chicken, a chicken satay, and plain rice, which everyone hates on me for. It's the worst thing ever, I know. But yeah, I love plain rice.
I do like that you've got your meat, you've got your one saucy dish. I don't care about the plain rice, but I love a duck wrap. It's just that I ain't got the money to be doing that every other weekend. You got to have a lot of XP to have 3 meats on the plate. So you really don't care. You've got money, that's what I can see. It's rich. Well, I appreciate it.
There's a nice aroma with this one. I've never had ginger chicken before. So I wonder how that's gonna be, because I do like ginger, but in small doses.
From first reaction, I think it's a bit too much chicken on chicken action. So I'm kind of intrigued to see how it's all gonna work. I feel like they're a bit more separate, standalone items rather than more harmonious.
So that I feel like the only logical way to start this plate is the duck pancake. If I go to a buffet, I'm eating at least 7 of these, or even more maybe.
Let's go. More duck rolls, please.
Money, wealth. Love it.
Ooh, ooh. Oh, I love ginger. Oh no, that's gonna be good. That's delicious, okay?
Very gingery. Might be a bit too much actually. Too many flavors on the plate.
I'm pleasantly surprised by this one. It's got a lot of aroma on it, so I was expecting a bit more of a stronger flavor, but it's a nice mellow flavor to this ginger chicken. And because it's in the sauce, the chicken's not dry.
Ginger chicken. That's going on my order because I freaking love ginger.
Okay, skewers. These skewers are not giving.
Definitely more like peanut vibes. I like it. I like it a lot, but I don't think I would order it with this.
So I'm confused by this chicken now, because what are you gonna add it to? The rice? There's no flavor in the rice, so what? Why?
This order, I don't have a bad thing to say about it really, but it could have been better.
Someone who orders this is definitely indecisive. There's someone who looks at the menu and is like, oh, but I could have that. Oh, but I could have that as well. Honestly, I would reorder everything on this plate, just not together.
Having the duck pancake on this plate is like a hack to get a good score, because this is good. Like, I can't bring the rest of this plate down because this is kind of holding it up. You know what, I'm gonna give this a 5. Without the duck pancakes, what is this dish really about?
If I had to rate this in terms of just flavors, dishes and everything, I would seriously give it like a 9. But as a plate and how it works, I'd give it like a 7.
I'd give this a 7 out of 10 because it's just about the pieces coming together. But the pieces separately are great. So 7 out of 10, and honestly, I'm being very generous.
My typical order is always some duck. I love some Szechuan duck. Gotta have the plain rice. You've gotta have some black pepper, like veggie thing. And obviously some veggie spring rolls because you can't go wrong with veggie spring rolls.
First thing is that there's just hella sauce, man.
Too much, but also not enough is happening on this plate. Like the plain rice is angering my spirit.
If you ordered white rice and paid for it, I'd be angry at you. I'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I can just make it for you right now.
It's giving buffet style, actually. Like, you know when you go to a Chinese buffet, you're just like jamming everything on. You don't care, you're throwing caution to the wind. That is what that's giving me. Why would you want buffet style in your house? All right then, so the spicy one. There's like some spice to it. Oh my God. But it's quite nice. I do like the sweetness. It's kind of like giving me hot and sour vibes.
I think if you didn't know that was dark, like you wouldn't know that was dark.
And this is when it would complement the white rice. I get it now, actually. The veg. See, the veg is nice, but when it's like drowning in the sauce is too much. I think it needs just a little touch of it.
You see, now this is the issue. The duck, whatever the hot and sour sauce from that, has already traveled to the veg side. So whatever sauce is on this veg, I can't taste it. All I can taste is like the duck one.
So the broccoli looks really sad. Like this is not a happy piece of broccoli. That's not nice. Like that's not nice at all.
Spring rolls though, they've been spoiled by the sauce.
Because you've had too much sauce on your plate, it wasn't giving me the full crunch effect that I needed.
It's just like veg. Like, I feel like I'm eating a healthy Chinese, which is not what you're supposed to feel when you're having a takeaway.
When they say you can't have too much sauce, this is a case where you have too much sauce.
This dish is chaotic. It had the potential to be great, but some wrong steps were made. And yeah, unfortunately, it's just not given.
It's not basic, but there's not really much else to it.
I'm actually gonna rate it a 5. If that vegetable stuff wasn't on this plate and this plain rice wasn't on this plate, you would have got higher.
Out of 10, I would give this I feel like I would give it like a solid like 4.5. It's not like awful. I didn't gag at anything, but it's just not like great.
I'd give this a 6. I'd give this a 6 out of 10. My typical order is special fried rice with some crispy chili beef sweet and sour prawns, and some special chow mein as well. I know people are gonna come at me for the double carbs. I ordered them both because I like to mix up the kind of textures, so then if I'm getting tired of one thing with the rice, I switch it up.
This person has been around the way. They know exactly what they want. You don't make these choices accidentally.
It smells okay. I feel like there's some sweet and sour sauce going on in here, which is nice.
One thing I'm sensing is whoever's ordered this is like hashtag bulking season. Want all that protein, all that meat, just like yamming it down, like give me the food.
If I get rice, I don't get chow mein. That is a bit wild, a bit mad, but you know what? It's the Chinese at the end of the day. I'm not trying to eat for health.
I'm gonna try these weird prawns to begin with because I've never seen a battered prawn in a Chinese shop ever. The prawns are really good, but the batter is like squidgy.
I love seafood. I need that spice, ice. I'm gonna have a little bit with the rice as well because I just need it. It's like a mouthful. Oh. That's really good. Seafood's great, especially fried. Like anything fried just like levels it up.
These prawns are very sweet. I kind of like a spicier prawn. Like if I was gonna get sweet and sour, I'd get like sweet and sour chicken. Crispy chili beef. Let's see how chili it is. Not too chili, but I love a crispy beef. Good.
Oh. Oh, that one's got like a secret kick.
So I only order plain rice from like any takeaway I ever get. It's like really bland.
Plain rice is the devil. Like honestly, like you should never order plain rice. I appreciate that.
Oh wow. There's more meat in this as well. I've literally just noticed. Woo!
The chow mein, special chow mein even. That chow mein is fantastic. It's actually the best thing on this dish.
The taste is actually really good.
I just think you should get a starter. I would like ditch the prawn, get some prawn dumplings instead. They would actually go really well with this.
If you had the battered prawns, but without the batter, in the sauce that they're in, amazing.
Basically ticks all the boxes. You've got meat, you've got seafood, you've got rice, you've got noodles, all that, which is great. I would definitely order them all, just probably not together. When I'm judging this, I'm basing it as like how it works as a plate. Okay, we're just gonna bear that in mind. I'll give it a 6. Like it's good, the food is really tasty, but altogether I'm just like, this would cause me stomach problems, like, whew.
This is a very solid dish. I will give this an 8.5 out of 10. It's the prawns that hold you back. If the prawns weren't there, it would be a 9, but it's 8.5.
I feel like I give this a 4 out of 10, which is, I'm really like horrible with these ratings. I'm slating everyone's food, but yeah. Yay! I don't know why other people would pick my order because I'm such a picky eater that it just makes no sense why mine would win.
It's okay, we win some, we lose some, and this is one of my losing streak and I'm ready to win the next one.
Yeah, each to their own, but I still won't order their dishes anyway, so like.
If less people like the food that I like, then they're probably going to become cheaper at my takeaway. It'll be a bonus for me if people stopped buying my food.